Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kubi. Today, I'm going to analyze the literature on the application of transcranial direct current stimulation on chronic lower back pain. According to World Health Organization, chronic pain is defined as pain that persists or recurs for longer than 3 months, which may lead to a certain level of physical disability, anxiety, depression, sleeping problems, and poor academic performance. TDCS is a cheaper, more convenient technique which is proposed that it may reduce the chronic pain. And today we are going to focus on the chronic lower back pain. Transcranial direct current stimulation is a non-invasive brain stimulation technique. There is an anodal electrode that can enhance cortical activity while a cathode do the opposite. By applying fixed low-intensity electric current, an electric field will be formed. It modulates the neuronal resting membrane potential and impact the activity of the neuron. While the exposed tissue is polarized, TDCS modulates the neuronal excitability and activity by depolarizing and hyperpolarizing of the resting membrane potential. In most of the literature, motor cortex, somatosensory cortex, and supraorbital area are stimulated to reduce pain. Until today, there is no defined biological reason for the cause of chronic lower back pain. However, intervertebral disc degeneration may be one of the major causes. For most of the chronic lower back pain, 39% of them are diagnosed of intervertebral disc degeneration. People who have this problem will grow a protruding disc, as can press against one of the spinal nerves that run from the spinal cord to the rest of the body. It might provoke an increase in excitatory neurotransmitters at the spinal areas. It will affect the pain perception and alter the pain control in brain. It is proposed that TDCS can help to reduce chronic lower back pain. During the process, the electric current will provoke the excitability of the neuron in the motor cortex. Higher excitability in the motor cortex can help to alter the pain in humans. When there is an increase in excitatory neurotransmitters at the spinal areas, pain signal will be sent to the brain. The increase in excitability of the neurons in the motor cortex can counter the pain, which will reduce the feeling of the pain. Researcher has already done a lot of studies focusing on how or can TDCS reduce chronic lower back pain. A study shows that by stimulating a nodal or cathode at 1 MA over the motor cortex did not significantly reduce chronic lower back pain. However, the result is based on a single 15-minute section. The duration, frequency, and power are all relatively low. Another study was conducted that has a better duration, frequency, and power. In the study, participants have received a nodal stimulation on their left motor cortex with the intensity of 2 MA for 5 consecutive days. A sham stimulation is applied to improve internal validity. However, the result still shows that there is no reduction in chronic lower back pain. A similar study was conducted with a little difference. Participants received an anodal stimulation on their left motor cortex with the intensity of 2 MA. However, the length of the experiment is 15 days, while most of the days they were receiving a sham stimulation until a randomly allocated day. A nodal stimulation was given after the allocated day. Unfortunately, the result still shows that there is no effect on reducing chronic lower back pain. However, the power of the experiment is not strong as there are only 8 participants throughout the whole experiment. A concrete conclusion cannot be made. Although TDCS seems to be useless to chronic lower back pain, a study in 2019 may share a different view. According to the study, it performed the experiment with a 10-weekday section of 2 MA intensity. Both anodal and sham stimulation are used. However, they have also used double-blind, randomized, placebo controlled trials of multiple TDCS sections targeting the left dorsal anterior cingulate cortex to modulate chronic lower back pain symptoms. The result shows that participants have significantly reduced chronic lower back pain, pain disability, and depression symptoms. In the future, There are a few aspects that can be focused on. First, more other areas should be tested. In most of the research, motor cortex is stimulated. As most of the research focusing on the motor cortex shows no reduction in chronic lower back pain. Other areas such as dorsolateral prefrontal cortex or orbitofrontal cortex should be focused on as they are associated with pain perception in human body. Second, most of the research do not have enough power. According to the literature above, most of the experiment only has a small sample size which lower the generalizability of the result. Lastly, there should be more focus on focally. To make sure the current goes deep enough to stimulate the expected areas, researchers have to sacrifice focally for depth. This means that the current may actually stimulating other areas instead of the expected area. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.